Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Evening folks, it's Monday evening, it's 10 past 10 and the reason my video is so late tonight is because, to be honest with you, I've not done a lot today. It's been a quiet day. We were going to go downtown but then we decided to stay in. We were going to go Fleetwood actually, but we decided to stay in. I've got a couple of reviews for you, both movies. One is called Escape Room and the other is called Bird Box. So if you don't want to know any of the uh, spoilers coming up, because there will be a couple, then stop now, okay? Well, after watching last night's episode of Call the Midwife, we decided to go onto Netflix, and we started on, we actually watched a full horror film called Escape Room. Now, it's a very clever film, and what they've done is they basically take the concept, which is out now, which a lot of people do regularly, and turned it into a horror film. It's got a few twists and stuff, but it's very good because I'd give it about 6. I'd give it 6 out of 10. It's got the right amount of red herrings in it. It's got also a bit rough in places. Not really rough as such, but there's a few rough bits in it which make it an 18, I think. And it's not too bad. The characters are, believable. Some you kind of want to survive, some you don't, etc., etc. And you're never really sure if somebody that they know is behind it or whether it's one of them themselves that's behind it. I'm not going to give any more spoilers than that because otherwise it would be a spoiler and then I would give too much away, which I'm not going to. So it's on Netflix. It's called Escape Room, and like I say, it's basically a play on people's fears of escape room games. It starts the way that the Cube starts, really. I think there's a lot of similarities between that and the Cube, because in the Cube at the start, if you've ever seen the Cube, you'll see that it shows you somebody dying before the main story starts. This does exactly the same sort of thing, to be perfectly honest with you. Exactly the same thing. You see somebody dying before the story even begins, before even the cast goes up properly. So yeah, I'd give it 6. Now this is a film that's been reviewed about 3 million times, I think. Bird Box. Sandra Bullock's in it, and John Malkovich is in it. There's a lot of other people in it, but them are the two main ones that I know. I've heard bad things about it. I've heard good things about it. So we decided to watch it for ourselves. Now, me and my wife, we like stories that have not got nice happy endings with a little bow tied around it that explain everything. And this is one of them. The premise, have you ever seen a film called The Happening? This is like The Happening, but times 10, if you like. It's kind of a lot more detail. Synopsis says that everybody's living a normal life, and then all of a sudden something happens, and we don't know what it is because you never see it. This is what's clever about it. But if you look at it, if you look at whatever it is, you basically go completely homicidal, and you either start killing people or you kill yourself, or both, actually. Some people do both. Now, the gist is that Sandra Bullock escapes, and she finds refuge with a group of people, including John Malkovich and a few others. And basically what it's about after that is how it switches between that and 5 years later, when her and 2 children, a little boy and a little girl, are basically escaping down a river. They're in a boat going all the way down this river. And it keeps switching back to 5 years earlier to explain how they got there. Now, there's various situations in it that have been done before. Again, it's been done before. I can't understand why people are slagging it off so much. I'd give it 6 or 7, I must admit, because it has got the right amount of suspense. It's got good acting. It's got a clever storyline. And it is one of those films that if you want an explanation at the end, then don't watch it, because it doesn't really get explained. But then again, for the phenomenon that it is, I can't see how they could explain it. Because we seem to think that everything that can happen, we could possibly know the answer to, or we'll know what caused it. People don't like the unexplained. They don't like the mysteries of life. And yet I do. Me and my wife do love that sort of film. We watch things like The Happening, The Reaping, which is another good film which doesn't really explain itself. There's a lot of stuff out there that we're never going to be able to get our heads around. Unfortunately, people want you to get your head around it. And this is not for those people. This is for those people who think outside the box, or in this case, the bird box. And the reason it's called the bird box is because birds can sense if there's this thing anywhere near, this evil presence type thing. We don't even know what it is, to be honest. Could be a nature thing. We don't know. But the birds go mental if they can sense it. So that's why they're carried around by Sandra Bullock in a bird box. That's the name of the film, Bird Box. Now, in order to avoid seeing this thing, obviously they have to learn to do everything blindfolded. So the majority of the film, especially from the boat onwards, their eyes are covered, you know, and they use some clever little like ideas of like, you know, doing the old Hansel and Gretel bit and winding string around everything and rope so that they can find their way back to wherever they're going. Because obviously with them being blindfolded, you can't really see a lot. There's a couple of evil characters in it, you know, ones that you'd want to see strung up. There's a couple of people that you feel really, really sorry for, you know, because you don't want to see them die, but they do. But all in all, I thought it was a clever film. And I did see, that sounds like a pun, but it's not. I did see the ending kind of coming. I kind of figured it. Me and my wife did, to be honest. But it's very clever and it's worth watching. I would say it's definitely worth watching. So if you want a film that's going to mess with your head a little bit, which it does, you know, it does mess with your head a little bit, and that leaves you asking questions. But I love films like that. So yeah, I'd give it 6 or 7. I thought I'd better add a little note on to Mr. Jeffrey Reardon. He says that I talk about Liverpool a lot on my vlog. Well, with me being a Liverpool fan, that's obvious. But I would just like to say Everton had a great result the other night, beating Bournemouth. The other day, beating Bournemouth 2-0. Everton are a good team, and I've seen them play some really good football this year. But as Jeffrey probably agreed, they've also played some rubbish this year. I think that they're a team that if they play to the capabilities, they can beat anybody, like anybody in the Premier League can. And they should be higher than they are with the players that they've got. And hopefully, you know, they might string a decent set of results together and might even, you know, get into the Europe places and stay there, because they are a team you want to see in Europe. You know, I like to think of the 80s when it was either Everton or Liverpool that were always in Europe, you know, before we got banned, obviously. But it was either Everton or Liverpool that were either winning the league as well. We sort of took it in turns. And they had such fantastic players as Graham Sharp, Sheedy, you know, don't forget Andy Gray. These all played for Everton. Gary Lineker at one point as well. You know, they've all played for Everton, and they've all been good footballers, and they've got a few good players now. You know, so hopefully, Mr. Reardon, this might make you smile a bit. But yeah, you know, I've got a great deal of respect for Everton. You know, obviously I support Liverpool, and saying a nice thing about Everton could probably get me shot, or hung, or buried underneath the patio or something. But you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll do another video tomorrow. You all take care. Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.